The Minnesota Vikings are looking to add to their roster, and with it being the offseason, we know there's only a couple ways to do so, right? There's either the free agency route, there's trading for players, or there's drafting players. Now, we really can't trade for anybody because we don't have many draft picks for to be specific this year, but we could dive in and trade away assets in 2026 or 2027. But it's still not as good of an option as it would be if we look towards free agency, which means I think I've known this for quite a while. You guys have known this for a while. We have to be very aggressive in free agency. We have to build this roster to what we know it can be, a Super Bowl contending team like it was last year for the majority of the season, minus the last couple of games, right? So I'm not the only one that echoed that sentiment. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah basically said that we are going to be aggressive in free agency. So let's get right to it. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, feel free to hit the link I have pinned in the comment section. It's also in the description. And use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a small discount on your purchase. They have NFL helmets, college helmets, fully customizable ones, and they also have football helmets you can wear on a football field. And not only do they have mini helmets of your favorite teams, they have the replica ones as well, the massive ones, the actual helmets. So if that's something you would like, Green Gridiron is the place for you. Make sure to hit that link in the comment section or the description and use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a small discount on your purchase. And if they already have a current deal going on, you can stack that promo code to receive even more off of that final price. So let's get right to it. Only 6 teams have more projected cap space than the Minnesota Vikings heading into free agency, with an estimated $63.3 million. According to Over the Cap, general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is gearing up to get aggressive. Here's what Kwesi Adofo-Mensah said Wednesday on KFan FM 100.3 when asked about his approach to free agency. We know what we need to improve. We're going to be intentional about attacking the things we need to get better at. That's not just going to be one thing. We're going to be really aggressively attack it because we believe in turning potential weaknesses into strengths, and that's how we're approaching this offseason. Now, Minnesota's weaknesses were glaring after brutal performances in the last 2 games of the season against the Lions and the Rams. First and foremost, the interior of the offensive line needs work after Detroit and Los Angeles shoved Dalton Reisner, Blake Brandel, and Garrett Bradbury into Sam Darnold's pocket. Sam Darnold got sacked a combined 11 times while facing pressure 30-plus times in both games. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah made it clear Tuesday in Indianapolis at the NFL Combine that the defensive line's also on the fix-it list. Here's what he said. He's basically said, ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to try to be one of those last 4 teams standing, then one of the final 2. To play January football, there's a certain way you got to play. You got to control the ball on offense, and you got to get after the passer, sometimes with just 4. He also said, I think these things are all we are. I think these are things we all know. I've been on teams that had that, but when you're building over 2 or 3 year horizons, you're always juggling needs. This is probably one area where we need to get better, and we'll hit it from different angles. Now, the Rams dominated Minnesota with a 4-man rush, and the Philadelphia Eagles barely had to blitz on their way to hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, thanks to a ferocious defensive line featuring Milton Williams, who's a free agent. Keep that in mind. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Now, teams can start negotiating with free agents on March 10th, and contracts can be signed when the new league year kicks off on March 12th. So March 10th right there basically is what we like to call the tampering period. Right now, you cannot talk to anybody, any free agency or any free agents, because I believe their contract is still, or they're still under contract with their current teams. You just have an idea of who's going to be a free agent, I would like to say. So right now you can't really talk to anybody. But as soon as March 10th hits, you can actually go out. You can reach out to these free agents. You can. It's the tampering period. You can try to pull people away. Try to just offer them contracts and stuff like that. And then after you do that, there's gonna be a lot of deals signed in 2 days after March 10th on March 12th. So We have to be aggressive in free agency. I don't think there's really any other way around it. With 4 draft picks, there's not really many things that we can do, right? You're looking for a running back, an offensive guard, an interior defensive lineman, cornerbacks, multiple corners, okay, multiple of those. You're looking to re-sign, a couple players on the roster. There's a couple positions that we really just are going to have to focus on in free agency. We can draft somebody in the first round. I think that'll be an offensive guard. I think that'll be an interior defensive lineman or a corner potentially. It's not going to be a running back. We can get that in round 5 because they're a dime a dozen, or we can get one in free agency. But I think Minnesota's main focus right now, other than the draft, is looking at free agency and plugging as many holes as they potentially can before the NFL draft comes around. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skol Vikes.